back. Hello, this is KT0 bringing a live re-commentary, and this is Game 3 between Tangu and Wiki. This is a grand final of Ladder War June, and it is going to be on industrial strength. This is a very small map favoring some very aggressive play, such as infantry rushes, terror drone rushes, and base rushes, special base rush. I hate base rushes from Soviet players, but since both of these players are Soviet, I would be interested to see what kind of aggression would they be able to put up. So let's jump into this game. We are seeing a yellow Soviet player, which I would assume is Tangu. Yes, it is Tangu. He has produced one bear, in fact 3 bears and 1 engineer, trying to take the all direct at this location, trying to take a nice early advantage in economy. And the same thing is going to be done by Suck or Die, which is our green Soviet player spawning in the top side of the map. I would assume that both of these players are going to play the exact same style they did in the last 2 games, which is a bit of infantry and transitioning into mech play. And for this game we actually have another nice symmetry here. The 2 players are just opening with the exact same build, and now they're both building up their second refinery and is producing units out of their war factories. However, Tangu is favoring terror drones. For a moment I thought he was building the sickle there, but no, he's building terror drones. And Sam, for the green Soviet player Suck or Die, he has produced 1 terror drone out. There's going to be an initial engagement at the center of the map there. The infantry and bears battle for positionings, and we see the vodka bottles. That's why they're destructive. They just they are thrown into the building here, killing every single infantry in there, which is very potent. We see one of the sickles from Tangu is caught out of position thanks to the terror drone from Suck or Die. Is now going to be killed off by only infantry, only vodka bottles. Yes, vodkas, yeah, they are very delicious and very flammable at the same time, so they're great weapons in general. We are going to see a continuous pressure from our green Soviet player Suck or Die, trying to take control of the center of the map, look to play very aggressively and apply pressure to his opponents, hoping that he will mismanage his units at the later point of the game. And indeed, Tangu has one of his sickles out of position there, another one taken by Suck or Die there, and now Tangu doesn't have enough force to prevent these infantries from killing the infantry inside of the building there. So if he's not careful, he will lose a large number of sickles, which is happening right now. We see a micromanagement. Why can't you get this word right? Micromanagement from Suck or Die, moving his territory away from the harm's way and freezing the sickles from Tangu once again. And now Tangu would have to do some pretty sick micro to prevent these infantry from being killed, which are the only units preventing Suck or Die from comfortably destroying this order here, which I think he's going to do it. Is he going to do it? He is indeed going to put 1 conscript in there and not attacking the Orderic. I don't know what is exactly the point of that, but hey, now that Suck or Die does have a nice little lead on the map. He is ahead in terms of units count, and he has moved his MCV to the 11 o'clock of the map, trying to expand there, building his third refinery up at that location. And we are going to see one of the in the yellow sickle from our yellow Soviet player Tangu, walking on this high ground, trying to do some scouting as well. Since you can't engage your opponent's force directly with just 1 Tangu, you might as well do something with it. And we are going to see some sickle harassments from Suck or Die there, just happily shooting away at this ore collector here, stopping the mining entirely, and the other Sicko just jumped into the wall of another refinery and stops mining there as well. Now Sakodai is taking a commanding lead in this game with a third refinery up, which is one refinery ahead of his opponents, and he's going to erect up a airfield looking to transition into airplay, which is pretty standard in a game that involves Soviets, but his opponent does not have a proper response for that, not that he's capable of, since his mining was completely brought to a halt, and he only has one tank to defend against two Tangus, one Terror Drone and one tank. He is trying to erect up his own airfield though, doesn't want to give the air advantage or air superiority to his opponents, but he doesn't really have the money to do so, since the harassment of his opponent inside of his main bay is continuing, and now Sakura is just waiting for the cooldown for his Sicko to jump into the wall here and try to harass the miner at the other side. And indeed both of his Sickos are just inside of the resource line of Tangu here, trying to work on this ore collector here, and even the hammer tank is not able to do much. He is trying to recuperate some of his HPs for later engagement, but we are going to see one twin blade from Sakodai coming into Tangu's base, doing some good damage to the miners. However, keep in mind that when a miner is armored up for the Soviet faction, it is one of the most sturdy units in the game. Well, Tangu, recognizing that he has no hope of coming back into this game, is going to sell all his buildings and GG out of this game. How courteous of him. Now the game is 2-1. 1 up for our Green Soviet player, Suck or Die, aka Kiwi. Moving on to game 4.